Before we get fully into the recording of this video, just so you know, I'm expecting an IKEA delivery within the hour. So if you hear a doorbell ringing and see me leg it, that's why. Hello, welcome back to another Blu-ray collection video. We're getting along with these. I did some math. If I upload these daily, we should be finished on the final day of September. So let's get to it. Today we are going to be going through the M's and the N's. The M's. So let's get to it. The first Blu-ray we're going to talk about is Macbeth, the 2015 adaptation of Shakespeare's play. My personal favourite of Shakespeare's stories being Macbeth. I really like this film. I think this is one of the more visually beautiful films around. It's gorgeous to look at. It's really well acted. Directing's really cool as well. It's very Shakespearean, so if you're not into Shakespeare, then just skip this, because this is not going to change your mind. You're not going to watch Macbeth and be like, ooh, Shakespeare might be my thing now. No, you need to have some sort of an interest within Shakespeare in order to be to actually appreciate this. That sounds kind of pretentious, doesn't it? It's not meant in that way. I in fact did a review of Macbeth, of this film, so if you want to see my more in-depth thoughts on Macbeth, links in the description below for my review for the film. Next up, we got a box set. We haven't had a box set in a little while, have we? Unless if you count The Handmaiden. Oh no, we had Halloween at the last one. Not the last one. Was it the last one? Yes, it was. H.I. No, it wasn't. I lose track. What's been uploaded yet? We've got a box set, and that is the Mad Max collection, or the Mad Max trilogy. It's just the first. It's the original Mel Gibson glares. I should have really altered the blinds, shouldn't have I? The original trilogy, which includes Mad Max, The Road Warrior, and Beyond. Thunderdome. I'm a big fan of these films. I became a big fan of these films in anticipation for Fury Road. And I remember really like loving the first one, loving the second one. Wasn't fussed on the third. Maybe one day I'll do a video dedicated to talking about all of these films, but for now, you know, yeah. I really like the trilogy. I like to rewatch them. Even Beyond Thunderdome, it's a bit of a drag, but it's still it's a good watch in the sense that you can watch like the first film, Road Warrior, then Beyond Thunderdome, and then you can finish your Mad Max marathon off with Fury Road. This is the 3D Blu-ray. Now, the reason why I got the 3D Blu-ray is because the cover for this looked better than the cover for the 2D Blu-ray. So yeah, I splurged out on the extra money so I can get the lenticular slipcover. Yes, Fury Road. I love this film so much. I might prefer it than Force Awakens. I don't know. That I need to rewatch them. The reason why I compare the two films is because they came out the same year, and they were two of the big, like, the two films of that year. The two films. Yeah, that makes sense. No, I think I love like the style. I love everything about this film. It's a film that's, I do think I've always said this, that like it's a film that's very medieval, and it's a story that would have been told in a medieval time period, like the king's wives flee, and then the king's like chase after them, and instead of like cars and guns, you could switch it with horses and swords. That's I think that's like, I don't know, like that's what really attracts me to this film as well, like apart from the fact it's also Mad Max stuff. It's very traditional story, but it's very it's a timeless story really, and that's why I really like this film. And I did a review on this film, so if you want to see my more in-depth thoughts on Mad Max Fury Road, links in the description below. to check my review out for that film. Next up is Maggie, a film that I've yet to see. I've been interested in it because it's a Schwarzenegger dramatic performance, and I like Abigail Breslin, so I've heard negative things about it, but I think people have been negative about it because like it's a Schwarzenegger zombie film and they expected an action film when no. So I might end up really liking it. It's one of those ones I do want to give a go. For all I know, I might hate it, but I don't know. Next up on the Blu-rays is Nearly Carnage. Magnolia, a Paul Thomas Anderson film that I've yet to see. It's only this and Hard 8 are the only PTA films I need to see. I'll be right back. I'll leave that there. Right, yeah, Magnolia. Yet to see it. Looking forward to watching it though. Whew, need a drink. Next Blu-ray, Man of Steel. Now it's weird, my relationship with Man of Steel. I've never had a really that strong of opinion on it, although I've liked it more than I've disliked it. And I've not been a Superman fan at all. I actually don't really like the character at all, really. But this film, I don't know, there's something about this where it's like, I don't know, it's... Of all the DCEU films, I only own this one. And it's the only one that I kind of felt the need to get. It was one of those ones where I saw it in Asda, and it's never been a film that I'd be like, oh, I really need to pick that up. But I just saw it and I went, and I just picked it up. I was like, oh, I own Man of Steel now. And I'm fine with that. I'm fine with owning this. And I like the film, I do. I don't think it's anything amazing, but I don't agree. I don't see when people complain about like the destruction at the end of Man of Steel is, oh, I don't believe that. All the city's destroyed. I'm like, these are the same people that praise the Avengers when the entirety of New York City is just destroyed, or wherever they are. Just the entire city is just destroyed, but the Avengers are all fun and cool, aren't they? So let's all love the fucking Avengers then. Sorry, I got a bit angry there. And also people like, that's not Superman. That's not the Superman that I know. Do you know why? Because it's Superman. He's not Superman yet. He's still Kal-El, and he's still learning, and he's still Clark Kent. He's learning to be Superman. It's an origin story. And I like it. I do like it. Spectacular, says Empire. Not sure if I would say it's spectacular though. I do find it a little bit dull. However, I do enjoy it. It's I might prefer it a little bit over Wonder Woman, even though I do have some gripes with this. I have gripes with Wonder Woman as well. I won't say that I love Wonder Woman, but I wouldn't say that I love this. I like them both for very different reasons. So Man of Steel. Up next is another box set, and it is the Man with No Name trilogy. This includes A Fistful of Dollars, For a Few Dollars More, and The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Acclaimed Western films say... people state that these are the great, especially The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, the greatest Western films ever made. And I've yet to see them. I got the box set, the trilogy, because I've heard great things about The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, but I want to watch the others first, so I can actually, I don't know. I'm funny that way. If I hear something's a part of a trilogy, even if the trilogy's very loose, like there's no connections. Like the Death trilogy, I'm like, I need to watch from the start. It's like, it doesn't matter though. It's like, but I need to watch from the start. It's like, whatever. I'm like that with this. Before I watch Good, Bad and the Ugly, I need to watch the other two films. So yeah, looking forward to eventually watching them because I do want to I want to explore more with I want to explore more with classic Western films because I haven't seen a lot. I don't think I've seen any classic Western actually. No, I haven't actually. So, yeah, looking forward to eventually exposing myself to that. The next Blu-ray is Manhattan, a Woody Allen film, shot in black and white. A film that I do enjoy. I've only seen it once. Need to see it again. I'm a fan of Woody Allen's stuff. You've already heard me talk about Annie Hall. Annie Hall, kind of repeated. No, but yeah, I do really enjoy this film. I can't remember too much about it, but I do remember enjoying this one a lot. In the same way how I enjoyed Louis, like the Louis TV show. So yeah, really good, a very good film that I do need to rewatch and refresh my mind on. Next up, Manhunter, the first Hannibal Lecter film that people may not realise is the first Hannibal Lecter film, because it's like, wait, isn't Silence of the Lambs? There was one in the 80s, and it was directed by Michael Mann. This is basically Red Dragon. This is Red Dragon, and then Silence of the Lambs came out, and then they did Red Dragon, which is this story, Manhunter. I love the score. The very synthwave score is brilliant in this film. I enjoy the performances. Not one that I'll go to rewatch regularly, but one that I'm glad to own. And even though I'm not a huge fan of the Hannibal series and stuff, I do enjoy these, crime things. I enjoy these crime mystery detective pieces. And you know what, Manhunter? It's a good one. It's a good one. Next up, Martyrs. I believe it's a French horror film. French. I've yet to see this. I've heard it's really messed up and disturbing, which I'm more than down for to watch. So I'm looking forward to eventually watching Martyrs. Because sometimes I like to watch a proper messed up horror film. Like, really, just why did that even get made? I love watching stuff like that. Like I Saw the Devil, it's just, yeah, I love stuff like that. So I'm looking forward to eventually watching Martyrs. The next film, we've already kind of talked about a P.T. Anderson film, but this one, it's a Paul Thomas Anderson film that I've seen. You know it. It's The Master. Again, another amazing Joaquin Phoenix performance. I think this was the film that made me realise just how amazing of an actor he is. Because this was the first film that I'd seen from him that was really just a powerhouse performance. But it's not just him that's amazing in this. Philip Seymour Hoffman is incredible, God rest his soul. And Amy Adams is really good in it as well. It's long. How long is this again? It's 2 hours and 17 minutes. It's long. It's slow. And it's amazing. I love the pacing of this film. I love just the story of it. I've only seen this once, and I really need to rewatch this film. I'm kind of gutted that I didn't see this in the cinema, because it got preserved it got filmed in a film print similar to 70mm. I don't think it was 70mm, but I can't remember what it was. It was some really bonkers old film format. But yeah, really good film. I love the performances. One day I might make a video dedicated to this, because I feel like The Master deserves its own review. Next up is Master and Commander, The Far Side of the World. Have not seen this film yet. I've heard really good things about this film. It's an old Blu-ray, you can tell because the back's blue, and it's does it have a leaflet? No, it doesn't have a single leaflet in it. Usually leaflets came in older Blu-rays, and it was this is why Blu-ray's so incredible. But yeah, Master Commander Far Side of the World. Haven't seen it yet. Looking forward to eventually watching it. Next up is Misery. I recently watched this film for the first time, and I really enjoyed this film. I really like the atmosphere. It's a really good Stephen King film. It feels like a Stephen King film, but it feels like a good Stephen King film. It's kind of got a bit of a warmth, creepiness to it, but it's you know, but it's good. James Caan's really good in this, and Kathy Bates, powerhouse performance. I wouldn't say it's one of my favourite films, but it's one that I really do enjoy, and you know what, it's a good film to like watch, like it, you know, it's a good like cabin-y horror film, if you know what I mean. Like, it's good, like, ooh, we're in the woods and there's a cabin, and ooh, but it's not like spooky ghouly stuff. It's like a crazed fangirl, really. So yeah, Misery, really like this. The highlight of this film is definitely the performances. I do need to rewatch it to like kind of like fully form my opinion on the film. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, this film. Next up, Moonlight. One of my favourite films of this decade so far, I think. Every time I think about this film, the more I love it. Excuse the plane sound, by the way, and pardon me for that burp. But yeah, it's just such a powerful film. This is a film that springs to mind in terms of, like, film that needs to be on the Criterion Collection. This. Yeah, I love this film. This is a film that, like, I would now watch anything Barry Jenkins does. Anything. I've yet to watch anything else he's done, but this film, God, yeah, I honestly would love to watch anything Barry Jenkins does. The performances, the writing, the directing, the cinematography, the editing. It's just one of those very, just incredibly perfect films, to be perfectly honest with you. A flat masterpiece, says Rolling Stone, and it really, really is. It's a film that, it's relatively long, isn't it? I believe. Okay, not too long, I thought it was much longer. It's an hour and 41, and the pacing is just, it goes by. You would have thought that this film is like really depressing, and I thought it was gonna be, but it's actually got a bit of magic to it as well. Like, it's got like, it really does, it really has some magic to the film, and like a bit of like, I don't know, like wonder, I guess. It's one of the best coming of age films ever, bar none. It's an absolutely sensational film. One of the best films of this decade. And one day I might dedicate a whole video talking about Moonlight, because honestly, I could talk about that film loads. Does this have any special features on it? It has a commentary by Barry Jenkins, which is exactly what I hoped it had. Need to watch that commentary. And we go from Moonlight to Moonwalker. Michael Jackson's Moonwalker. I'm a huge Michael Jackson fan. He's like, it's him and Freddie Mercury that are like my two favourite singers ever. Like, and like Michael Jackson, I love him as a performer, as a creator, as a showman. He's sensational. As a filmmaker, he didn't direct it. He wrote the story though. I mean, it's a sight to behold as well, isn't it? Realistically, Moonwalker. I don't think it's really classed as a film, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. It's weird. It has kind of a plot, and then it does something else, and then we get the music video for Smooth Criminal just in the film randomly, and that's amazing because Smooth Criminal is a masterpiece of music videos and of music. And then we go right from Smooth Criminal, the music video, to the rest of the film. And I'm not going to ruin the film for you, but like, all you need to really see is just look at the back of this, if you can, without the glare. I really should like tilt the blinds, but like, yeah, I mean, there's children, there's spaceships, there's weird stop motion, and then there's Michael Jackson doing Smooth Criminal. You can only love this film in that way. You know what I mean. The next film is A Most Wanted Man, one of Philip Seymour Hoffman's last films that he did. Have yet to see it. A film that is very interesting to me, and again, I love Philip Seymour Hoffman. He was one of my favourite actors. Such a shame about his death. He's one of the few celebrities that, like, when he died, I was really impacted by that, actually. I was like, oh no! Like, just hit me right in the feels. Hit me right in the feelings, right in the heart. But yeah, need to see this film because Philip Seymour Hoffman was great. Oh boy, this film. I need a sip of water for this. I realised you should have had some whiskey, but it's in the afternoon and I don't want to be drinking alcohol just yet. But the next film is Mother. Now, I love Mother. I really like Mother. A lot of people hate Mother. I have a friend who despises this film, who can't stand it, and I really like it. I've only seen it once, and that's been in the cinema, but I really like this film. I like the film for the fact of how ballsy it is to be a big... It's not an indie film, it's Paramount. To be a big studio film released in wide cinemas, like on a wide release, and this be the film and be as bonkers and divisive as it is. I love this in the same way that I love Love Exposure, in the way of, like, I love the fact how the film just has the gall to be like, we're going to make this film that probably a lot of people are going to hate, but stuff it. Let's make this film, because let's just make an absolutely nuts film. I love what Darren Aronofsky was saying with this. Javier Bardem is great, and Jennifer Lawrence gives her best performance, I think, without a doubt her best performance. And with films like this and Red Sparrow, I like the new direction Jennifer Lawrence is going with her career, and I'm excited to see more what she does, actually. Because there was a period of time where I kind of lost interest in Jennifer Lawrence, but then she did that, and I was like, oh, wow, okay then. And then Red Sparrow, and I was like, yeah, okay then. I'm down to watch any Jennifer Lawrence film now, for the not every Jennifer Lawrence film, for the most part. I'm going to be intrigued with who she ends up collaborating with in the future. Right, and to round off the M's is Mr. Holmes. I've yet to see this film. I'm a fan of Sherlock Holmes. I'm not a fan of, like, everything to do with Sherlock Holmes, I will say that. I've yet to watch the Basil Rathbone films, which I do own on DVD. But I'm a big fan of the Robert Downey Jr. films. I'm a big fan of the TV show. I haven't caught up with the TV show. So yeah, that's a bit of a black hole for me at the moment. But I like the concept of this. Like an old Sherlock Holmes played by Ian McKellen, Laura Linney, Hiroyuki Sanada, who's a great Japanese actor. Yeah. I'm looking forward to eventually watching this, because I think it should be good. I think it would be a nice fun time. Right then, that was the M's, and now we're on to the N's. There's not as much M's, this is the N's, and I've got a bit of a dent in it. Yeah. And, sorry about that there, and starting the N's is Nebraska. A very good film. I need to rewatch this. This is an occasion where the black and white, the film needs to be in black and white, because, I mean, I can't imagine this film being as impactful or looking as good as it does if it was in colour. Bruce Dern gives a great performance. It's Alexander Payne. Alexander Payne really did a great job directing it. Bob Nelson, great screenplay. Everyone in this, like Will Forte is really good as well in it, and June Squibb is really good. Charming and beautiful, says Empire, and I'm inclined to agree. It is charming and beautiful. It's just kind of a calm film, but it's really, really good. I did a review on this film. Thanks, Train. Did you want to interrupt any more there? I did a review on this film, so if you want to see my more in-depth opinions on Nebraska, links in the description below for that. Right, it's calmed down now. Moving on to the next N, and it's The Neon Demon, directed by Nicholas Winding Refn. I really like this film. I've only seen it once. I love how trippy it is. I love the visuals, the score. Like, near enough for any Nicholas Winding Refn film, the score is amazing. The credits song by Sia, Waving Goodbye, I love that song as well. I really like the performances in this film. Again, the visuals are stunning. The story is so intriguing. Again, it's one of these films that, hey, like Only God Forgives, is not ready for everyone, but it's... I don't know. I think at this point it's like, if you go in this film and you are disappointed by it, you should know what Nicholas Winding Refn is about by now. And yeah, because I love Drive, I love Only God Forgives, and I really, really like this film. I need to rewatch it to really fully grasp my opinion on it again. When I first heard that Nicholas Winding Refn was going to be doing a horror film, my mind went like in all sorts of places, and this is not what and this is definitely not what I thought it was going to be when I thought Nicholas Winding Refn horror film, but I liked it nonetheless. I thought it was still a really good film. Next up is The Never-Ending Story. I apologise. This is an old Blu-ray, you can tell by the back. This is a film that I've seen once, and I was a very young child, and I remember really liking the film, but I haven't seen it since. So I've got it to eventually rewatch to see if I like it, like I did when I was a child. I remember like seeing it, I think it was like on ITV or BBC or something like that, like on the telly. And I remember going in school and talking about, like, I watched this film and it was so good. And yeah, Never-Ending Story. I have seen it, but I need to rewatch it, so put that there. Next up is The Nice Guys. Yeah, such a blast, this film. It's such a perfect summer film, and that was my ticket right there. Yeah, it's such a blast. It's such a great summer film in the sense of, like, I love the setting, the 70s summer with the music and the costumes and the sets, and so good. I love Shane Black's writing and his dialogue. The acting is great for a Shane Black film. I don't think it's as good as Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, but it's on the same level of Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, I think, in terms of the pure enjoyment I get from it. Ryan Gosling, Russell Crowe, fantastic. Angourie Rice, great. Everyone in this is really good. I wouldn't say it's like a masterpiece or like anything like spectacular, but it's a very thoroughly enjoyable film, and I do think it's a great summer film as well, considering it's just the vibe that I get from it. It's so like fun and summery. Next up is a steelbook, and it is Nightcrawler with that wonderful design in the front and the back. I believe there's a design in, yes there is, which is also beautiful as well. I love this film. Oh yeah, just before I go on, I did do a review for Nice Guys, so if you want to see my more in-depth thoughts on Nice Guys, links in the description below for that. I'm sorry about that. I just remembered there that I did a review for Nice Guys. But anyway, Nightcrawler. Yeah, what more is there to say about this film that people haven't said? It's great. It's a fantastic film with one of the best performances of this decade by Jake Gyllenhaal as Lou Bloom. It's a film that has a great soundtrack as well. It's a beautiful combination of a very fascinating story and a very fascinating performance. I was going to do a review on this, like a Redux review, but then I just didn't end up doing that. However, I have done a review on this film a few years back, so if you want my more in-depth thoughts on Nightcrawler, links in the description below for my review on Nightcrawler. Overall, love it. Great performances all round, but Jake Gyllenhaal really did steal the show, like just really like owned the screen. Next up is Nikita, Luc Besson film. Have yet to see this film yet. I'm very fascinated by it. I've heard good things about it, so I am intrigued. And it's a revenge film, I believe, and I love me a good revenge film, as you may know. So, yep. Next up, we're nearly done. The penultimate one of this video, Nocturnal Animals. Yeah, very powerful film, very powerful. Another amazing Jake Gyllenhaal performance, and another really good Amy Adams performance as well. Another excellent film by Tom Ford. He did A Single Man, which we will get to when we get to the S's. But yeah, it's a film that is like, it's just dripping with emotion, and yeah, it's a film just dripping with emotion and atmosphere and tension as well. It's great. Again, yeah, Jake Gyllenhaal's great. Amy Adams really good. Michael Shannon, fantastic, and Aaron Taylor Johnson. Oh my god. Very underrated, I think. Like, I didn't recognise him, and I was absolute scum in this film, but like in the best way. And it's such a good film. Yeah? If you haven't seen this, seriously do check it out. And myself and Sophie did do a review on this film, so if you want my more in-depth thoughts on this film, links in the description below for that review. There's so many noises going on outside. I don't believe this. And finally, in this video, a bit of a downer, not a downer, I keep saying that, a bit of an underwhelming end because I haven't seen this film yet. It's North by Northwest, the 50th anniversary edition, Alfred Hitchcock film. Had nothing but great things about it. I've heard it's like kind of like the original James Bond in like cinema wise, and yeah, really interested in eventually watching this film because I love Alfred Hitchcock, and this is one of his more iconic films that I've yet to see. And with that being said, that's been part 10, I think. Part 10 of the Blu-ray video. And there's so many noises going on outside, I'm so sorry. So that was the M's, and this was the N's. So guys, thank you all for watching this part. I'm going to move this. Watching this part. Tune in tomorrow for the next part where we talk about the O's, the P's, and the R's. 3 letters because there's very few in the O's, so we're going to cram 3 in there. And yeah, till next time guys, cheers. I don't have any more water, but cheers anyway.